Hi. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another Curly Chemistry Live. I'm so glad you guys are here with me. I'm looking at the names. They have like this, they're like these little crowns next to the names. I gotta find out what that means. Hmm. Hey, what is going on? Okay, can you guys see me and hear me okay? Hey, Sophia. Hey, Lanaya. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Carolyn. How are you? Can you guys see and hear me okay? Kay says, yep. You love the hair. Thank you. A little wash and go, little rare wash and go, whatever. What is going on? Hello, everyone. Where are you guys at? Where is everyone? We're Eagles Soar High from North Carolina. Where else are you guys at? Hey, Iris, how are you? Canada. Sophia, you're in Canada? I didn't know that. Cool. We have Tennessee. We got Ohio, North Carolina again. First time catching me live? Okay, welcome. So glad you're here. Florida, Baltimore, Cleveland. My sister is in Cleveland. Oklahoma, Louisiana, Texas, Georgia, Canada again. Atlanta, next door to me. Are you really next door to me? Yes, you are. Right, exactly. Jacksonville, New York City. Also, I'm going to be in New York City in December. There's like a cosmetic chemist conference that's taking place. Like I forget the hotel, but somewhere like in the Times Square area this December, and I'm going to be there. So I cannot wait. California, DC, Georgia. Okay, awesome. Welcome, Lawrenceville, Georgia. Awesome. Well, welcome. I'm so glad you guys are here. So I mentioned earlier, like this is going to be a rather short live Q&A session, probably like 30 to 45 minutes, if that. You guys know, typically we go longer, like at least an hour, 2 hours. I think last time we were live for like almost 3 hours, but tonight we're only going to do 30 to 45 minutes. So with that being said, who's going to ask the first question? That's all I want to know. Who's going to ask the first question? What's been going on? What's your biggest hair challenges this past week? Tell me all about it. What's been going on? Bring your questions. Scalp care, hair care. Let's talk about it. I know, I always say that, but tonight I really have to be off in like 30, 45 minutes. Cocoa sample. My hair stays dry. If your hair is like always dry, Coco, like no matter what you do, it's either one or two. Well, it could be several things. It can either be your routine, like the regimen that you have right now is just not cutting it. It could be the products that you're using, or it could be something internal as well. You know, a lot of times it can be just your body lacking something. But I can almost bet money, and I'm not really a bet woman, but if I could bet money, I want to always I want like I'm pretty sure it is your regimen or the products that you're using. So it's probably one of those two. And with that being said, Coco, I don't know if you have the natural hair care regimen builder, but if not, I would get your hands on that. It's a curly chemistry complimentary guide that I give out. I'm trying to find it. If I can find it really quick. Hold on one second. I could put the link in. Hold on. Hold, please. Okay, I'm going to put it in the chat. There it is. So if you click that link and put your email address in there, and this is for anyone who's trying to figure out how to create a hair care regimen, I would start there. But of course, if you guys need like one-on-one help, you guys know I do offer one-on-one hair care coaching. The link is below in the description box. Okay. So we have quite a few questions. Let's just go ahead and get into the questions, okay? And thank you guys for liking my little wash and go. This little piece of hair is like driving me insane. Like he does not want to play nice. So if he just pops out every once in a while, It is what it is. Okay, let's see. Questions. Let's see. What truly moisturizes the hair? That's a great question. So that's almost like saying what truly moisturizes the skin, right? So of course, water is going to be your ultimate moisturizer, like hands down, right? However, in a lot of cases, water is not enough for our hair. Hence the reason why we use other things like oils and butters and emollients, occlusive ingredients to lock in that moisture, lock in that hydration. So when I think of like what truly moisturizes the hair, I think about, okay, number one, my water intake on a daily basis, you know, ideally 60 to 80 ounces a day, if we're going to say internally, but products like moisturizers that have a really water or aloe vera juice as the first ingredient. So a water-based product, in my opinion, is what truly moisturizes the hair. So we're talking about shampoos, conditioners, leave-in conditioners, water-based moisturizers. Oil, butters alone are not going to do it. You never want to put like grease or oil on like just dry hair and expect it to hydrate the hair, because it's not going to do that. That's why I always say moisturizing our hair is a two-step process: water-based product first, and then oil or grease or butter to lock in that moisture. So that's what I think is what truly moisturizes the hair. But also keep in mind too, our hair is like a sponge and water evaporates. So it's not like a one and done thing. Just like putting lotion on your skin is not a one and done thing. We have to be consistent with it. If I moisturize my skin on Monday, by Tuesday or Wednesday, my skin's going to be dry. Sometimes, you know, even more frequent than that. So it's the same thing with our hair. We have to be consistent with it. Great question. Hi, Tanya. I finally caught you live. Hey, One Lily, how are you? I watch you religiously. Thank you from the Netherlands. Oh my gosh, I love that. I want to go to the Netherlands so bad. So if you invite me, sis, I'm coming. Okay, I got a passport. I need some stamps. Okay, so absolutely. Okay, Stacy says, I just took out my 2-week-old mini plaits and now my traction alopecia area is worse. Any suggestions? I was trying to do low maintenance hairstyle. Okay, so your old 2-week-old mini plaits. So Stacey, if you installed these yourself, and I'm assuming they weren't super tight, since that area is still kind of affected in a sense, I probably would stay away from like the mini twists or the mini plaits for now. And honestly, it can be as simple as like when you are twisting your hair, even that little bit of tension to just twist the hair might be too much for you right now. So if I were you, I would do no tension at all. I would probably do like, if you can do like low buns or high buns or even like a headband wig. I know people try to, well, they shy away from headband wigs because some of the kind of crazy, but the ones I recommend in my Amazon store below are the ones that I love and I've used before. Like my favorite one is by Sensational. It's the name EZRA, Sensational Ezra. That is a lace front wig, but if you put a headband over it, it covers the lace. So you may need to go like super duper low maintenance, you know what I'm saying, in order for your hair to start to recover. In that area that is worse right now, if it's kind of tender, I would probably use like some type of aloe vera product. I talk about scalp serums pretty often, like the Pacifica Scalp Love Serum. It's aloe based. I think of aloe as a very healing plant, a very healing ingredient. So using that on the area where you are experiencing that traction alopecia, I think that'll help to reduce any type of inflammation that may be within the scalp and also help to soothe the scalp as well. But in the meantime, Stacey, low maintenance is going to be key. Just saying, FYI. All right, let's see. What is a great unscented leave-in? There is a brand, I can't think of their name, but I have them in my Amazon storefront. If you go to my Amazon storefront in the link below in the description box, look for fragrance-free products, and you will see all the ones I recommend. There's a line, and they have like a shampoo, a conditioner, a leave-in, moisturizer, all without any fragrance at all. So the link below where it says Curly Chemistry Amazon storefront, you'll see it there. Let's see. For shampoo, I heard there was a difference between hydration and moisturizing shampoos. What are some ingredients I should look for when shopping for shampoo, and what are some good hydrating shampoos? Yeah, so it depends on the marketing. If I see a hydrating shampoo and a moisturizing shampoo, I'm thinking it does the same exact thing, in my opinion. It depends on the brand. They may interchange those keywords depending on what they're trying to do or what their vision is for that line. But in my opinion, it's the same exact thing. Now, once you see something that says strengthening shampoo, then we're talking protein, then we're talking restoration of the cuticle. Now, as far as like ingredients, I would always look for, of course, water as your first ingredient. I would look for glycerin. I would look for aloe vera juice. I would look for panthenol, but I would also look for gentle cleansing surfactants, because for those who don't know, what really makes up your shampoo is going to be the cleansing surfactants. If a brand is using harsh cleansing surfactants at high levels, then, for example, like sodium lauryl sulfate at like 30% in the formula, that's going to dry the heck out of your hair, right? But if you see ingredients like sodium cocoa isethionate or cocoamide or propylbutane, those are mild, gentle cleansing surfactants. And I know I said that super fast, but if you look below, I have the Curly Girl's Guide to Hair Care Ingredients and the Natural Hair Care Wisdom flashcards. Those are amazing resources for learning about different cleansing surfactants to look for moisturizing, hydrating shampoos. And as far as the ones I would recommend, I love As I Am, Long and Luxe shampoo. I like Carol's Daughter Wash Day Delight. I like Cream of Nature Argan Oil shampoo, just to name a few. Okay, let's see. I'm going back to my natural hair after having my hair relaxed for 2 years. Where do I start? Okay, so you're going back natural. So what I would do, number one, I would decide, are you going to big chop or are you going to kind of like transition? I did a transition for like 6 months before I big chop the relaxed hair off. So that's the first thing I would say, is decide, how long are you going to transition? Are you going to big chop your hair? The next thing I would do is get on a really good, simple routine. If you look at the link I have pinned at the top, get your hands on the Natural Hair Care Regimen Builder. I mentioned earlier how it's a free guide for everyone on this live. And basically, it helps you create a regimen. That's going to be the next thing, because you want to be consistent with whatever you decide to do with your hair. I would keep it simple as possible. I would do hydrating shampoos, hydrating conditioners. I would do a lightweight protein treatment once a month, all of that. And once again, all of this is mentioned in the Natural Hair Care, the regimen builder, which is here linked right there. So all of that will guide you on how to create a regimen for your new natural hair journey. So that is what I would definitely recommend. And as far as styles go, I mean, one of the fun things about being natural, especially transitioning to natural, is learning what works for you, right? So you may like wash and goes, you know what I'm saying? Like, I rarely wear wash and goes, or you might like buns, you may like twist outs, braid outs, but I would say YouTube, like being on YouTube and looking at other natural hairstyle like options to get inspired by, that'll also be helpful in deciding how am I going to wear my hair, because depending on your length, a lot of times will also depend on the style that you go with. So that's the first thing I would say, but definitely get your hands on the Natural Hair Regimen Builder. Okay. That's going to be really helpful for you in getting you started. Great question. Okay, let's see. Hey, Curly Sloth, how are you, sis? All right, let's see. You are the Black Shirley Temple. Am I? Am I really the Black Shirley Temple, sis? Is it the curls? Is that what it is? It's the curl. Okay, it's the curl. Okay, got it. It's the curl. That's what it is. Okay, let's see. Do you like wigs as protective hairstyles? Hey, Tiffany, I do. So I was just mentioning how one of my favorite protective styles are headband wigs because that has helped me grow my hair a ton. I like the Sensational Ezra, EZRA. You can get off Amazon. I think it's discontinued in most local beauty supply stores, but Amazon sells it. And I like it because the wig is so full. It really looks like natural hair. And I've had people say, oh my gosh, your hair is so long. And I'm like, girl, this is a wig. So I'm all for a good headband wig or even a lace front wig without the glue. Glueless, hands down glueless. Put a headband over the lace and call it a day. Okay, so that's what I would say. Texas here. Any advice for male hair? So I would say hydration is going to be key for you guys too. You know, like hydration. So I don't know if you have like a beard. I don't know if you have braids. I don't know what kind of, you got to give some more context, sir. Okay. But I would say hydration is going to be key. You want to have a routine as well. If hair growth is your goal, I would be getting on some scalp massages, hands down. If you got a girlfriend, let your girlfriend do a scalp massages for you if you want her to. I would get a good well, not really a lightweight oil, but I would get a good hair growth oil. I've been recommending the Creole Essence Rosemary Mint Oil. Just take a little bit of that and like massage that on your scalp if hair growth is the goal. If that's not the goal and you're focusing on maintenance, then I would say like a liquid leave-in conditioner would be really good. And then follow up with like a sweet almond oil. Like keep it very, very simple. Get your hands on a good shampoo or a good, good shampoo, good conditioner. If you can wash, well, I don't know how often guys wash their hair, but I wash my hair once a week. So I don't know if you go to the gym. So all these things, factor in, but the same advice I'm giving tonight and that's on my channel applies to you as well. Okay. So hopefully that helps. Okay, let's see. All right, I gotta make sure I check my time because I'm supposed to get off of here at like 9:15. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, let's see. I just tried a silicone as a protectant and my hair stayed in elongated state most of the day without greasy feeling. Oh, I love that, Wendy. Yay, that's awesome. And that's why I always tell people, like, don't be afraid of silicones. Silicones, in my opinion, are like the best heat protectants out here. Especially if you are stretching your hair. So I love that your hair is, staying in that stretch state without the greasy feeling. So keep that up, Winnie. That's a great sign. What is a good hair care regimen for length retention? I'm wondering if I am using the right products on my hair. So a good hair care regimen for length retention. Moisture and protective styles, hands down. And the reason why I say moisture is the number one killer of like lack of length retention is going to be your ends breaking off. That's the number one killer, breakage. So you want to create a regimen that reduces breakage as much as possible. And that's going to be keeping up with your moisture cycles consistently and also implementing protective styles. That's going to be like the top two advice I would say for retaining more length. If you want to go a little bit deeper, I'm also going to say make sure your body is getting the nutrition that it needs. Make sure you're getting protein in your diet. Make sure you're getting your B vitamins in, your iron in, your vitamin D. Like all of that plays a role too, because if you are lacking in that area, you will absolutely experience shedding and breakage, which will then hinder your goal of length retention. Okay, so that's what I think in regards to like, supporting length retention, but definitely moisture is going to be key and protective styling for sure. I heard steam treatments are not good for high porosity hair, more ideal for low porosity. Supposedly, what say ye? Also, is there such a thing as normal porosity or just high and low? Great question. So I would say this, those who have high porosity can reap the benefits of steam treatments. However, you want to seal all that moisture in. And that's why I always tell people, like, if you have high porosity hair, you should be doing some level of hot oil treatment somewhere in your regimen, okay? On your wash day. Hot oil treatments are a great way to lock in that moisture that you're getting from your conditioner and your deep conditioner, but also help to seal the cuticle. Because that's the whole thing about high porosity hair. Your cuticles are lifted. So that's why I always say oil and also grease are going to be very like key factors for helping your hair to reduce moisture loss. So steam treatments, I think they can be beneficial if you follow up with a good hot oil treatment to lock in that moisture and to seal the cuticle. Now, is there such thing as normal porosity? I guess. I mean, I haven't really seen it, to be honest with you. I think high and low is just kind of like the extremes or the ones that we see most often. But I haven't really seen normal porosity. I think healthy hair, in my opinion, healthy hair is where the cuticle is intact, the cuticle is closed. There's no gaps or like what's the word I'm looking for? Damage to the cuticle, like, and to me, that is low porosity. So, but at the same time, you can still have healthy high porosity too. But to answer your questions, I don't want to get too off track because I would totally do that. I haven't seen normal porosity. Is it a thing? It might be a thing, but what I see mainly when I talk to other women and men and just in this space of natural hair care, it's been mainly low and high porosity. Okay, let's see. Did I lose my space? Hold on. By the way, guys, I had to cut off all my nails. They're gone. My nails were like out here last time I was here. They were like super duper long, but I had to cut them off. Why did you have to cut them off, Tanya? Because my nails were splitting at the middle. I had like 3 nails that were like splitting, like down at the middle, down the middle. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, why are my nails splitting at the middle? Guess what? I wasn't taking biotin. I was being really lazy and I was not taking my biotin, and sure enough, it showed up in my nails. So ladies and gents, take your vitamins, okay? Your hair and your nails will thank you, okay? Just and your skin too. Just FYI. Just little public service announcement. Take your vitamins. Don't be like Tanya and get your nails cut all the way off because it's fine. Anyway, all right, back to gotta stay focused here. Tanya, how do you strengthen the roots of your hair? My follicle is weak. Protein, girlfriend, protein. Okay. And that's why I say like lightweight protein treatments once a month is not going to kill your hair. Your hair is going to benefit from it. Absolutely. So I would do lightweight protein treatments. Once again, you guys know that can be Apogee, 2-minute, not 2-step, 2-minute, okay? K18 or Olaplex. Okay. What products are detangling for matted hair? My email wasn't about creating products. My hair tangles very easily. I want something I can do myself. Implant gels don't work. Tim, I would try, and I know other people are like also giving you suggestions too, which is great. But I would also try Rizzo's Curl Custard. Do I have it in here? No, I don't. But the reason, I did not let Instagram know that I'm live. Oh, I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. Hold, please. You know what? I'll just give them because we're already on the roll here. So I'll just let them know after I get off live and be like, here's a replay. FYI. Okay, anyway. But yes, Tim, the Rizzo Curl Custard, I would recommend. It's like a jelly gookie type of, custard, but it's amazing for detangling the hair. I would definitely get your hands on that. What else would I use? Of course, I use the Apogee Pro Vitamin Leave-In Conditioner. That's my main detangler. But if you want something like a jelly type of custard consistency, Rizzo Curl Custard. Absolutely. That stuff is good. But be careful though, because they done put the daggone formula in a jar. Like it should have been in a squeezy. So when you open it, be careful because it will legit fall on the floor. So just FYI for that. Okay, let's see. Where was I? Hello, madam. Hello, Cynthia, Hair Growth Solution. How are you, dear? Hello, madam. I just woke up, and it legit says, hi, madam. So that's why. Anyway, hi, madam. I just woke up and found online 3 a.m. 3 a.m., sis, where are you? But madam, my hair growth rate has no length at all. Madam, no length retaining. I need your help. The hair of my 7 years is like on my, oh, your hair's like that for 7 years. Okay, so here's what I would say. If you are noticing like, hey, my hair is not growing at all, my hair has been the same length for 7 years, more than likely, it sounds like, okay, let me back up. It could be two things. You could either have a length retention problem or a hair growth problem. 70% of the times it's a length retention problem. And what does that mean, Tanya? That means that you are not retaining your length. Your hair is growing, but you're not seeing the length because your ends, which are the oldest part of your hair, are weak, they're dry, and they're breaking off. So it could be that. And if that is the case, you want to get your hands on a water-based moisturizer. I would do the LCO method. I would do a liquid spray. This can be simple as water, some type of water-based cream, like a white cream, hair cream, followed with an oil. Like you want to layer that 1, 2, 3 on your hair. You want to do sections. Don't ever do, hey, here's my moisturizer, I'm going to go like that. No, you really get in there and do sections. You want to do this, and I'm going to just say on average, most of us, our moisture cycle is every 2 or 3 days. Most of us. Some people can get away with like, oh, girl, I don't got moisturizer hair for like 5 days. That's rare, but it's possible. But usually it's every 2 or 3 days. We got to re-up. Okay, so I would do this I would do this LCO method, liquid cream oil sections in your hair every 2 days. For the next 2 weeks, see if you notice a difference in breakage. Well, Tanya, how will I know a difference in breakage? When you're combing your hair and styling your hair, do you notice less pieces of hair, like little short pieces of hair in the sink? If you do, that means that it's working. Okay, now let's say, girl, it ain't even a length retention problem, it's a hair growth problem. Now we're talking hormones. Now we're talking a lack of vitamin D, a lack of iron, a lack of zinc, a lack of protein. So hair is so simple, but it's also kind of complex as well. So if your hair has not grown for the past 7 years, like I said, it's either a length retention problem or a hair growth problem. And we can talk about this one-on-one because we may need to do a deeper dive. If that is the case, sis, I would love to connect with you one-on-one. I do offer one-on-one hair care coaching. The link is below. And we get to meet on video. So I get to see you one-on-one. I get to see your hair, your scalp. Okay. So yeah, it's like 30-minute Zoom video call. And then after you tell me all the things, I will create a plan for you. And after that, I'm on your hair care team. So you got me for life. So yeah, but anyway, that's my thoughts, Cynthia. Hopefully that helps. Okay, let's see. All right, I answered that. Can generic. Ooh, generic. Okay. Can generic hair care products be just as effective? Ooh, I love this question. As name brand ones? Yes. Yes, it can. See, I told you he's gonna be like bothering me all night. He went back in. Yes, so generic products can be just as effective, if not, in some cases, better than name brand. So here's the thing. You have contract manufacturers, right, that develop a shampoo, right? Depending on the brand, let's say it's a Dollar Tree brand or Dollar General brand, right? You may see that same formula. It's not the exact same formula, but something very similar to something you may see in Target. Now, is it always the case? Not always, but to me, it's just the brand. It's just the label. It's just the marketing around the product. Now, when you start getting into high quality products like Briogeo or Pattern or Olaplex, now they are dealing with some pricier raw materials. They may have some peptides and some proteins and some luxurious oils that you ain't going to see in a generic dollar brand. So you will see some nuances there, but for the most point, that's what I'm trying to say, for the most point. Okay, anyway, but basically, yes, you can have some really good generic, shampoos or conditioners out here on the market that are just as good as what you're going to see in Target or Walmart. Now, the key is the ingredients, and that's why you guys know, like here at Curly Chemistry, I get on ingredients so much, because if you know, oh snap, this conditioner got centramonium chloride within the first 5 ingredients, it's gonna be good. Oh, this shampoo got cocoa butane in the second or third ingredient. Oh, my hair's gonna love that. Like, I want you guys to have that level of knowledge. And that's why I be saying, y'all gotta get these ebooks. Okay, stop wasting y'all money so y'all can know how to read these labels and know what your hair needs. Because I kid you not, once you start understanding these ingredients, you're going to get to learn your hair love language. Now, that's a whole nother video. We ain't talking about that yet, hair love language, but that is a thing. But we'll get there. Stay tuned. But yes, long story short, I'm off my soapbox now. Yes, generic can be just as good as name brand products. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. My pinky nail is splitting in the middle. Thank you. Yes, girl. You're probably missing some biotin. Yeah, you're probably missing some biotin, because I had to cut all my nails. I was just petrified. I was horrified. I was horrified. I had to go in there, and the man is like, "Oh, your nail real short." I'm like, "Yeah, it's short. Look at this. Horrible. Like little. Anyway, sorry. We're not talking about nails. We're talking about hair. Okay, let's see. I answered that already. Answered that. Hi, Tanya. Hey, sis. Brianna says, my ends have lots of split ends. I do get my trims regularly, but it seems like after I shampoo and condition my hair, it starts to split. What are some ways that I can prevent split ends? Absolutely. So my question to you, Brianna, would be when the last time you had a protein treatment? Because the cuticle of your hair may just be very weak. You know what I'm saying? And it just needs that extra oomph. It needs strength. It needs protein. So it could be that your hair just needs a really good protein treatment. If your hair has been splitting constantly, even after getting trims, you may need to do like a hardcore protein treatment, like a 2-step. But I would first start with the lightweight protein treatment, like Apogee K18 or Olaplex. I would start there. If you still notice that your ends are splitting like back to back no matter what, then you may need to do a 2-step Apogee. Right now, I'm only suggesting protein because I'm assuming that you are moisturizing your hair on a consistent basis, on a weekly basis, because that's also a culprit too. But to me, it sounds like it could be a protein issue for sure. It could also be a styling issue too, like how you comb your hair, how you brush your hair. Are you gentle? Are you rushing through detangling? All that plays a role as well. But I would try to look into like a protein treatment just to see if that helps. Okay, let's see. What are some good oils for the 2-step moisturizing method? I love sweet almond oil. I think sweet almond oil is amazing. Avocado oil, grapeseed, jojoba. If you have finer hair, like your hair is very fine, I would say jojoba, grapeseed, or sweet almond. If you have thick hair like me, you can get away with sweet almond, avocado, olive oil, and dare I say, hair grease. So yeah. Okay, is there a correlation between vitamin deficiency and dry, itchy scalp? Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So what I would say, the top 3 that comes to my mind is like a B vitamin, like making sure that you're taking like a B complex vitamin, vitamin D, and I would say iron. Like I would say those are like the top 3 that I would say are definitely tied to a dry, itchy scalp. If your wash days are not frequent, like let's say your wash day is like once a month, that can also be tied to a dry, itchy scalp, depending on your environment. But it's not winter time, but a lot of times during the winter time, you may experience a dry, itchy scalp as well. So it could be like the weather. It could be your body too, just dehydrated. Like, do you drink a lot of water? You know, if you don't drink a lot of water, that could also show up as a dry, itchy scalp as well. You know, so yes, long story short, it could be a vitamin deficiency, but it can also be other factors too. And that's why I always tell you guys, like, try to get blood work done at least once a year if you can, just to stay on top of what your body is lacking or not lacking, where you're good at, you know? So that's what I would recommend. What supplements are you using at this time to grow your hair? I am using Pure Encapsulations Biotin. I'm taking 8 milligrams, and I'm about to start taking a prenatal. I am not pregnant, okay, but I do like the prenatal like amounts for the nutrients in there. I feel like to me, I feel like prenatals are just better than multivitamins. Now I could be wrong, I don't know, but I'm leaning towards the Pure Encapsulation prenatal. I'm also taking a B complex as well for hair growth. So the biotin, 8 milligrams, a prenatal, not pregnant, a prenatal by Pure Encapsulation, and a B complex as well. So yeah. And I also want to say this too as a disclaimer. I took a micronutrient test maybe 2 years ago, and I found out that my body was deficient in biotin and quite a few B complex vitamins as well. So that's why I'm taking the amount that I'm taking. Okay. But those are the 3 that I'm taking. I'm also taking iron too. I take iron supplements as well. I take vitamin D as well. So yeah. All right. Let's see. Is there a difference between a leave-in conditioner and a leave-in moisturizer, or is it basically the same thing? A leave-in conditioner and a leave-in moisturizer. Great question. Depending on the product, depending on the brand, it could be the same thing. So for example, the Aussie Moist Miracle Curls leave-in conditioner, that to me is like a regular leave-in moisturizer, right? However, you have other products that may have polymers within them, right? Because a lot of times when you get out the shower or when you're done washing your hair, you want to do a twist out, you want to do a braid out, you want to do some type of style to your hair. So most leave-in conditioners will have polymers within them. Polymers are ingredients like, PVP, for example, or hydroxyethyl cellulose. These ingredients give you curl definition. They give you hold. They help to style the hair. They help with, when you do a twist out, you're getting like amazing waves, So you'll see polymers more in leave-in conditioners because on your wash day, you typically want to style your hair. Whereas moisturizers typically won't really have many styling polymers within them. So I would say that's like the biggest difference. And we're talking about like a cream product, So yeah, hopefully that helps. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Rosie. I remember you mentioning a vitamin D3 supplement that you highly recommend and use yourself, I believe. What is the name of it again? It is by Dr. Berg, Berg. It's the D3 and K2 supplement that he has. I recommend taking, I recommend if you're gonna take a vitamin D, make sure it's a D3 and make sure that it's paired with K2 because K2 helps that D3 to absorb a lot better into the body. So that's what I use, the Dr. Berg vitamin D3 and K2, Berg. My daughter has a very itchy, what time is it? Woo, 9:09, okay. I gotta be good, I have to get off in like, 20 minutes or so, maybe 15. Okay, so I'm not going to get to everyone's question tonight, but it's okay. We'll be back next week. Actually, no, next week we'll be on Instagram, but we'll be back regardless. Okay, my daughter has a very itchy scalp. Do you know what can help with it? For your daughter who has a very itchy scalp, number one, does she have any product buildup on her scalp? Like any creams, butters, oils that just been sitting there for a while? You may need to give her a clarifying shampoo if there is any buildup. So it could be that. How often are her wash days? Are her wash days once a week? Are her wash days once every 3 weeks, once every other month? So that plays a role too, because her scalp could be dry and it could have like a lot of buildup and dirt on it. Or she could just have like a legit dry scalp. She may have underactive sebaceous glands, which so sebum on our scalp helps to maintain like hydration within our scalp in a sense. It's a protecting layer on this on the scalp. So if her sebaceous glands are underactive, she could just have like a legit dry scalp. And in that case, I would say a scalp serum. Pattern Beauty makes a great scalp serum. Pacifica Scalp Love serum is also amazing. So that's what I would also look into as well. But it could be buildup. It could be like just need a good clarifying shampoo, you know, or it could be the serum. Okay. Hi, Tanya. Do you have any good recommendations for water-based heat protectants? Tresemme makes a few water-based heat protectants. Yes, Tresemme, right? I think Pattern Beauty has one too, but I know for a fact I used to use Tresemme heat protectant back in the day, but now I use oil-based one. But Tresemme would be a good one to start with, and I think Aussie Moist I think has one too. But Tresemme, that one's very that one has like really good reviews. So I would check that one out. What's your opinion on fruit of the earth aloe vera drink for your hair? Fruit of the earth. What does this look like? Sounds familiar. Aloe vera. Oh, I think this is fine. 98.8% pure aloe vera. I think that's, yeah, I think this is fun. I'm trying to see the ingredients though. Or gel. Wait, why can't I go in? Okay, we go. Citric acid, sodium benzoate, natural, just food preservative. That's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. That's fine. That's absolutely fine to take or to drink. I need to do a video on liquid chlorophyll. Blessed to have Aiden. You're the second person to ask me that within the past 2 weeks. So I need to make a video on liquid chlorophyll. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned. I heard watermelon is good for the hair. Can you explain how? Yeah, so watermelon, oranges, cucumbers, celery, these are like foods that contain high contents of water. You know, they're very hydrating foods. So the same way as we drink water within our body, you know, it helps to nourish our body, helps to nourish our cells. It even helps with the transfer of nutrients to our scalp as well. And it's just super hydrating internally. So from the inside out. So that's how I look at it. It's like a very moisturizing fruit that helps to also hydrate your hair from the inside out. I actually did a post 2 days ago on like eat your I think I called it eat your moisturizer, and I had like different fruits and vegetables that are that you can consume that are good for your hair. So definitely check that out for sure. It should be like in the YouTube my channel community posts. Okay, let's see. What's your thoughts on using regular shampoo on a beard? That's fine, Roger. Just make sure it's a hydrating shampoo. Make sure it's like a moisturizing shampoo. Okay, see, I answered that one already. What biotin do you take? Pure encapsulations, biotin. Can you speak to fenugreek as a DIY? Is it too much protein to use regularly as a spray? For scalp and hair, I have fine, low density, high porosity, mature hair. I don't think you're going to get like a lot of protein from fenugreek. When I think about fenugreek, to me, it's a film forming humectant, very similar to flaxseed in a sense. So I think it's great for like slip, for softness. If you use it on your scalp, I think it helps to support hair growth as well. But I don't see it as an ingredient where it's going to like, you know, put you into like the protein overload scale. So I think you're fine with it. Absolutely. Especially if you turn into like a spray, just make sure that you discard it, you know, after a few days so it doesn't go bad. All right, let's see. I wash my hair once a week and started greasing my scalp when it's damp to seal in moisture. I also use it on my ends. How often should I grease my scalp between wash days? Okay, let me read that again. I got distracted. I wash my hair once a week, okay, and started greasing my scalp when it's damp to seal in moisture. I also use it on my ends. How often should I grease my scalp between wash days? Oh, that's a good question. Between wash days. I wouldn't do it every day. So let's say your wash day is on Sunday, right? I would maybe do it on Wednesday, so maybe like once or twice in between your wash days would be a good option. But just also make sure that you're keeping up with your wash days of once a week since you are using grease throughout the week to avoid, product buildup. Whoa. I just saw. Okay, should I trust a cosmetic chemist or a professional stylist more when it comes to who to trust about what products to use in heat style and healthy styling? Amber, I would say trust whoever you want to trust, girl. Whoever gives you the most value and you're seeing the most results with. I can't really tell you who to trust. Like even with me, like I always tell my community, like I'm teaching, but at the same time, do what works best for your hair always. I have like a saying where if someone came to me and said, girl, spaghetti sauce makes my hair grow when I massage it on my scalp, I'm not going to go back and forth with the girl. I'm going to be like, girl, keep using spaghetti sauce, so do what works best for you. That's what I got to say. So hopefully that helps. But I say trust who gives you the most value and who you see the most results with, in my opinion. Some of the companies that make the brand name products also make the generic for another company. That is true. That is true, Lady J. That is absolutely true. I got it, Curly Sloth. I got it. It's up here. Okay, let's see. Hi Tanya. I just got a big chop because my hair was too hard to comb through. Can you explain the LCO method? Yes. So the LCO method is, to me, I look at it as a moisturizing technique or a moisturizing layering technique. So LCO is liquid cream oil. And I almost want to like kind of coin the phrase. If you have really thick, high porosity hair, you can get away with LCG, which is liquid cream grease. So the whole point of LCO is to make sure that you are maximizing the amount of moisture that your hair can receive and actually retain. So the first layer is liquid. That can be water, aloe vera juice, a liquid leave-in conditioner. It can be my herbal tea, like whatever you want that liquid to be. But that's the first contact of hydration that your cuticle will come into contact with. So that product is going to penetrate into the hair. That's the first hydrating layer. The second hydrating layer is going to be a cream, a water-based cream. This can be a liquid, not liquid. This can be like a leave-in cream or a legit moisturizing cream. This could be something like ORS olive oil lotion. This can be Donna's Recipe extra creamy hair cream. This can be, what's that product? Curls Blueberry Bliss leave-in conditioner, some type of water-based cream. That's your second layer of hydration. What makes this step so important is that creams are going to have different types of fatty alcohols within them that makes up the thickness of the cream. Fatty alcohols like cetyl alcohol, cetyl alcohol are known for softening the cuticle. So not only are you getting that hydration from layer 1 and layer 2, but you also have other ingredients like fatty alcohols, oils, and butters, and in some cases, proteins within that cream as well to restore and strengthen the hair. So you got a lot of things going on with the LC. And then with the O, that final step, you're locking in all that juicy goodness, okay? Once again, water loves to evaporate. It loves to just go away. So when you have oil as your final sealant, butter as your final sealant, hair grease as your final sealant, you are minimizing the possibility of moisture escaping the cuticle. I hope that makes sense. But that is how I describe the LCO method. Bria says, can you please tell me good oils for hair growth for low porosity hair? Hair growth for low porosity hair. So I would say this. I categorize oil or hair growth oils in like, well, no, I'll say this. So when I think about hair growth oils, I think about stimulants. I think about what are oils that are going to trigger blood flow and circulation to the follicles. That's going to trigger blood flow to the scalp, to the dermal papilla, the hair bulb. So I think about peppermint, rosemary, thyme, eucalyptus, tea tree, lavender, for example. So I look for oils like the wild growth oil, Creole Essence rosemary mint oil, Miel Organics rosemary oil, for example, just to name a few, because these oils have these ingredients, those essential ingredients, those essential oils within them that are known for stimulating blood flow to the scalp. So hopefully that makes sense, but that's what I look for. I look for those essential oils that are going to get that blood flow to that dermal papilla. And the ones I just mentioned, like the Creole Essence, the wild growth oil, for example, those are great options, but also I would pair that with scalp massages as well. Okay, let's see. That is so funny. I don't even want to answer that question. I'm going to answer it though, but that I've never been asked that question. Okay, let's see. How do I develop a scalp routine, not just a moisturizer and a washing routine, a scalp routine? So when I think about a scalp routine, so you said not a washing routine, so no shampooing, none of that, like, because that's already separate washing routine. When I think of a scalp routine, I think about scalp massages, scalp serum. Depending on like if you have like alopecia, I would say derma rolling, for example, but just a general scalp routine that you can do like in between your wash days, hands down scalp massaging at night for like 5 minutes. If your scalp was kind of itchy or dry, or even just for just overall scalp health, a good scalp serum. Sacred has been sold out for a while, but they do have some good signaling peptides that helps to activate dormant hair follicles. Ordinary has a great scalp serum for hydration. Pacifica Scalp Love is also a great scalp serum. Pattern Beauty has a great scalp serum. So when I think scalp routine, I think about massages and putting serums on the scalp to support a healthy scalp. So that's what I think about a scalp routine, like a separate scalp routine, separate from moisturizer and washing routine. Okay. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Lynn. What's the best ebook from you for studying ingredients to look for? I would definitely say the Natural Hair Care Wisdom Flashcards and the Curly Girl's Guide to Hair Care Ingredients. Like those two ebooks are like deep dives into hair care ingredients for our hair type. So those two I would highly recommend. Okay, hi Tanya. Hey girl. Do you have any suggestions for little heads under the age of 3? My son's hair is so dry. I stopped washing it every day and mostly do rinsing. I usually just put water, grease, or oil. Hey Liz, so he may need like an actual like product. Water, grease, and oil are like the basics in a sense, but he may need some oomph. You know what I'm saying? I know Shea Moisture has a kids line that's actually really good. Cantu has a kids line that's also really good too. One of my clients, I always talk about her, Aubrey Baby Goodies, AUBRIE Baby Goodies. She has a hair care line as well, but you actually made to have like an actual cream for his hair. The oil, stick with that. The water, stick with that. But you need that. So you're missing the C. You have the L and the O, right? But you're missing that C, the LCO. So I would get like a cream for him. I would do this maybe, depending on how dry his hair is, I kind of want to say do this on a daily basis, but start with every 2 days. If you find that his hair is still kind of dry at the end of the day, then you may want to do this every single day. And a little goes a long way. You don't have to have like a whole routine for this or a bunch on his hair, but I would start small with that. If you want to try something like tomorrow that I'm like thinking of right now, I would definitely get your hands on the excuse me, the Donna's Recipe Extra Creamy Hair Cream. You can get it at Target or Ulta. Ulta sells it as well. So when you have his hair, spritz it with the water as you are. Take that cream, and depending on how thick or how long his hair is, just kind of put sections, you know, in the cream, rub that in, make sure it gets into his hair, and then take that oil and then seal. I don't know what you do after, if you twist his hair or we do it or braid it. I don't know, but that LCO, I think, is going to be a game changer for sure, for sure, for sure. And then I wouldn't skip out on wash days either. I wouldn't wash his hair every day. That's just too frequent. I would start with maybe twice a week or once a week and follow up with a really good moisturizer, not moisturizer, excuse me, a good conditioner. This can be, you know what? I would try the something with argan oil. I would try the Cream of Nature Argan Oil Intensive Conditioner. That's what I would try. Like, that product I think would be great, especially since his hair is like really dry. And matter of fact, okay, Cream of Nature Argan Oil Shampoo, Cream of Nature Argan Oil Intensive Conditioner, like those two, shampoo, conditioner for his hair, followed with that Donna's Recipe Extra Creamy Hair Cream. And that cream can be used as a leave-in and a moisturizer as well. So it's like a multi-purpose product. So really, all you really need for his hair care routine is water, that shampoo, conditioner, the cream we just talked about, and that oil. Done. 5 products, sis. Keep it simple. Okay. So hopefully that helps. Keep me posted. Okay. Would this is the question I did not want to answer. Would WD-40 work to detangle the hair? Sir, I don't know. I don't recommend. I don't recommend. Get the Rizzo's Curl Custard. And I think that'd be great. I think that'd be a great option. Okay, let's see. What time is it? Okay, I have to go. So let's do 5 minutes and then we're going to head out. I'm not going to get to everyone's question, but we will be back next week for sure. I have a baby. He's 5 months old, but his hair is extremely dry. Tough. Any recommendation? Okay, he's 5 months old. Okay, so I'm going to recommend the same thing my sister did for my niece when she was a little teeny tiny baby. For him, only because he's only 5 months old, I'm going to say water and avocado oil. Water. Oh, wait a minute. No. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I think aloe vera is okay for babies, but you may actually just, I'm not a physician. Ask your doctor if you can use aloe vera juice on his little hair, followed with avocado oil. I think that'd be a beautiful combination. But if you can't, then regular water with avocado oil, just focusing on his hair. And my sister, I have to get her on here to talk about it, but what she did was she took avocado oil and did scalp massages on my baby niece's hair, and her hair started growing. Her hair is like, you know what I'm saying? So I would try that. But definitely, if you can use aloe vera juice on him with the avocado oil, that'd be a perfect combination. But if not, water, avocado oil would be great. Absolutely great. And then once he gets older, then I would say like the creams and whatnot, you know. But since he's like not even 6 months yet, I would just stick with like very simple as possible. Do you know any prenatal vitamins with herbs? New chapter. You used to have them, however, they removed the herbs. The question I would have, Melvina, is why did they remove the herbs? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? That's my question. I don't know, but I would check out oh gosh, Hoblin's, or is it Whole Foods? Not Whole Foods. I'm gonna tell you right now. Mega Food. I keep getting mixed up. Mega Food. Check out Mega Food prenatal. Let's see what they have in there. But Mega Food is another great brand. Where can I get your ebook? The link is below. If you look below this video, you will see the
This is a reminder. Call my sister.
Yes, I have to call her. Alexa, stop. Ebooks, yes. If you look below this video, like that's how I have to like have Alexa like have reminders like to call my family. Isn't that horrible? Anyway, um, look below in the description box. When you open it up, you'll see all the curly chemistry links, my website, my ebooks, everything is there. So below this video. Hey Tanya, if I use grease as a sealant on wash day when I re-moisturize my hair throughout the rest of the time, is it okay to use shea butter as a sealant? Okay, you're using hair grease on your wash day as a sealant. When I re-moisturize throughout the rest of the time, yes, that's fine. That's fine, Busy. Just make sure once again that your wash day is at least once a week to avoid any product buildup. See, there he goes again. Okay, but yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Lady TJ says, thank you. I love your tea and we'll try to stick with it instead of DIYs. Thank you, Lady TJ. I'm so glad you like the tea, that you love the tea. Excuse me. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see. You're welcome, Liz. You are so welcome. All right, we're almost done. We're almost done. Almost done. Do you know about the LGX thick and full biotin collagen oil mix? No, I do not, but it sounds very interesting. It sounds really interesting. And normally I would look at like ingredients while I'm on here. But since I'm like tight on time, I can't do that right now, but it sounds really interesting. And I do like OGX. I think that's a really good brand. In the meantime, I will look at the reviews and see what other people are saying about that formula. But the biotin and collagen oil mist, that sounds so good. I want to check that out. Do you still recommend Apogee products? Yes, I do. How was your day today? My day was amazing. Hi, Tanya. How often do you use the Rivera to dry your hair? Once a week when I do my wash days. What setting do you use? Girl, do you want to know? You don't want to know. I use the max. My heat level is level 2. My stretch level is level 7. So I don't recommend that for those who are just starting off on the Rivera. I'm kind of seasoned, so we're okay. And as you guys can see, my curls are still intact. So hey, we're gonna keep it at that, at that setting. But that's what I use. 2 and 7 are my current Rivera settings. Did I start off at 2 or 7? No. I think I started like on 4 and 1 when I first started with the Rivera. But then once I got used to it, I'm like, oh, let's do, like 2 and 7. So that's where I'm at right now. And thank God, thank you, Jesus, no heat damage. So it works. It works. Okay. Let's see. Answer that. Ooh, when using your tea in a hair steamer, do I need to dilute it more? No. Nope. You don't have to dilute the tea, because once you have your tea bag and the 2 cups of water, you're good to go. You're good to go. And if you want to make more, you can just double that, but you don't have to dilute it. Hi Tanya, how do I deal with dandruff? Barely one day after wash day and the scales are falling out again. I can't wash every day. What do I do? Ooh, that's a good question, Anita. And it's definitely dandruff. It's not dry flakiness. And you'll know the difference, because like dryness, like dry itchy scalp is like little teeny tiny white flakes. Like they're just, you can go like that and it's just like dandruff in most cases is like little oily patches, like little yellow off-white oily patches. So if that's what you're seeing, then more than likely the pH of your scalp is way off. Your when I say the bacteria, but the microbes on your scalp have kind of outweighed the good bacteria on your scalp. So you could do an ACV rinse. Like your next wash day, I would do an ACV rinse. I would do 2 cups water, 2 tablespoons of ACV. Like make that mixture, shampoo your hair, and take that rinse, that ACV rinse, that diluted ACV rinse, and rinse your hair with that. Okay. And then proceed with your conditioner. When you add your conditioner on your hair, avoid your scalp at all costs. Like if you get a little bit on there, okay, but don't take the conditioner. And it's for anyone on here. Never, ever, ever take a deep conditioner or a conditioner or a deep conditioner and go like this on your scalp. Like don't ever put that cream on your scalp, because that's going to lead to dandruff, product buildup, and God forbid, folliculitis, clogged follicles, because that will disrupt your hair growth cycle, and it can also cause inflammation as well. Always focus your conditioner on the shaft of your hair. Now, once again, if you get a little bit of conditioner, it's okay, but don't ever like, don't do that. So that's what I would say. So ACV rinses, sis, the next time you do your wash day, and see if you notice a difference when it comes to the amount of dandruff that you are experiencing. So hopefully that helps, Anita. Keep me posted. Can I use, you're welcome, Liz. Can I use Shea Moisture Jamaican Black Castor Oil Strengthen and Restore Leave-In Conditioner for the C and the LCO? Absolutely. And Blue Magic as the O. Absolutely. Yes, you can. You can. You can. Is he serious? Girl, I think he was. I think he was serious about that WD-40. I don't recommend it, dog. I don't recommend it. Don't do it. Don't email me, Tanya. I tried WD-40 on my hair and now it's falling out. I am not for that. Don't do it. That's like when they was putting what was it? Dawn dish soap as a shampoo. Don't do that. You're gonna dry your hair out. Okay. Hey Tanya, can you post the picture of the product you want over last week on your live? Can you post it? Oh, the products I used last week on Instagram? You're talking about hope, like the products I used. Give me some more context, because I know last time I was live on Instagram, I used I came on here. No, on Instagram I had a whole product lineup. So if that's what you're referring to, let me know. Veriel says, I do my hair. Is there a product you can recommend? What kind of product do you need? A shampoo, conditioner, moisturizer? Any more context, sis? For maximum hair growth, do you recommend conditioner rinsing daily? No, I don't. I don't recommend conditioner rinsing daily. And the thing about like conditioner rinsing daily, it's just easier to just do LCO. It's just easier to use a regular moisturizer to put that moisture into your hair. Because if you're getting in the shower or soaking your hair with water every day, you're running the risk of getting high growth fatigue. And that is where your hair gets stressed out from water, because it's contracting and expanding, expanding. And that can lead to cracks along the cuticle of the hair. And that can actually lead to high porosity hair. That can also lead to moisture loss within the hair. So I don't recommend like soaking the hair in water every single day, because that's going to stress your hair out, especially if you're getting under the shower every day for our hair type, just FYI. So LCO to me is like the easiest way, because you're spritzing your hair, making it a little damp, putting that cream on there, putting that oil, or forgetting the liquid, just doing cream and oil. That's a lot easier than like conditioner rinsing on a daily basis. Hi, Tanya, can you leave the Pacifica scalp serum in, or do you have to wash it out? I leave it in. You can wash it out, but I tend to like just leave it on my scalp and it's fine. How do you moisturize your hair after you use the Rivera? My hair feels really dry after I dry it. I have fine, dense hair. So when I use my Rivera, I use a liquid leave-in conditioner. I don't put any heavy products on my hair prior to Rivering, right? So my hair is soaking wet out the shower, right? It's kind of damp. I'll take my liquid leave-in conditioner, and then I also use the Apogee green tea keratin spray. And then I use a heat protectant oil, which also helps to soften the hair. After I'm done revering, and my hair is dry, I will take a cream, and put that along the length of my hair and braid it up. Like I'll do like 2 braids, or I'll do 2 twists. And I'll do that every 2 days to make sure that my hair does not become dry, even while my hair is in that stretched blowout state. Your hair will not revert if you're using a cream and an oil, or cream and a grease. Now, when my hair is blow dry, I rarely do the LCO method for me. I'll just do CO, cream and oil, cream and grease, and that helps to keep my hair moisturized and stretched without it shrinking. If your hair is dry after using the Revere, it could be what you're using, like your leave-in conditioner. It could be that the setting may be too high for your hair, you know? So it could be a number of things, Anne. All right, we're gonna head out. Okay, I'm gonna answer 2 more questions and then we're gonna leave. Okay, let's see. Bria, can you please recommend a good hydrating shampoo and conditioner for thick hair? I really want my hair to grow long again. Bondi Boost shampoo and conditioner. BONDI Boost shampoo and conditioner. Both of those are at Ulta. I recommend those 2. Okay. What can I use to make it grow out? To make your hair grow out? Definitely having a good regimen. That's going to be key for sure. Scalp massages, you know, making sure that you're taking like a good multivitamin, make sure you're moisturizing your hair, you're shampooing your hair, conditioning your hair. Like really, it's really routine. I think sometimes we think like, oh, what's the product going to grow my hair? And we can take all the things we want to take, but if we're not maintaining a consistent regimen, we're not going to see that growth. We're not going to see that length retention. So it's like a whole thing. But Trina, I would say if you don't have the natural hair care regimen builder, the link is linked pinned to the comments. Do like click that, download that, and that'll like your first starting point for getting your hair to grow out, because you have to have a regimen. You have to have a plan in place to maintain the growth that you're going to get from like different products. So hopefully that helps. But the starting point will be to download that plan. And like I said, it's a free guide that helps you build your regimen to start this journey of growing healthy hair. Because it really is a journey when you think about it. How long can you keep your hair tea? Like once you steeped it, I would say up to 5 or 6 days in the refrigerator. How do I build the perfect routine regimen? The natural hair care regimen builder. that's the first step. And it's in the pinned comment in the comment section right there, and you'll see it. Just download it, and it literally walks you through like what your daily routine should look like, your weekly routine should look like. And of course, if you need like a deeper dive in one-on-one, I do offer hair care coaching as well. Okay, I'm going to head out. This has been really good. You're welcome, Gates family. You're so welcome. Thank you for your support. Okay, I'm going to leave. It feels so weird leaving because I'm so used to like answering all the questions, but I really have to go tonight. But once again, if you just joined this live, I'm going to keep up this replay, because if I keep answering, if I keep answering questions, I'm going to just keep going. So I just can't. I'm a little bad, but it's okay. We'll be back next week, next Thursday. We will be on Instagram next Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then we'll be back the following week here on YouTube. So hopefully this was helpful. Once again, if I didn't answer your question, just save it, come back next week, I'll answer it, or book a one-on-one call with me and we can talk soon. You know what I'm saying? Via video, Zoom video for 30 minutes. And once again, I will create a customized plan for you. So yeah. So I love you guys so much. The replay will be up after this. Well, actually, once I end this video, the replay will be up. You're so welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for answering my questions. I try your suggestions. I usually use low heat. Okay, low heat. Say yep. Perfect. Yeah, try that, and let me know how that works for you. All right, guys, I love you guys so much. Next week we'll be here longer than usual, but you know, but yeah. Anyway, I love you guys. Have a great evening, a great week, and I'll see you guys soon. Okay.